All right, lean in because what I'm about to tell you is not just about basketball. It's about chaos, pressure, raw emotion, and something that's shaping up to be way, way bigger than just another game on the WNBA schedule. Because this right here is a full blown moment. And you're going to want to be locked in for every second of it because this Sunday, we're talking about the Indiana Fever. Yes, that Indiana Fever marching into Vegas, Sin City, baby, to go toe to toe with the two-time defending champions, the Las Vegas Aces. And already I can feel the goosebumps rising just thinking about it. But hold on, before we even get into the X's and O's or who's dropping buckets from where, let me tell you why this isn't just a regular matchup. This ain't just a game to kill time on your Sunday afternoon. No, no, no. This is the storm. And right smack in the middle of it is Caitlin Clark, the one, the only, the walking human highlight reel. The woman who has literally shifted the gravitational pull of an entire league just by lacing up her sneakers. And if you think I'm exaggerating, look around. Sold out arenas, record breaking TV numbers, 8-year-olds suddenly wearing Indiana Fever jerseys like it's the latest fashion trend, media coverage that never sleeps, and every defender in the league circling the calendar with red ink for the day they get to try and shut her down. And let me be clear, nobody's succeeded yet because Clark, she's electric, magnetic, cinematic. She's a magician with a basketball. She'll pull up from 35 feet like she's Steph Curry in disguise. She'll throw a no-look dime that hits her teammate in rhythm like she's got eyes in the back of her head. She's doing things we haven't seen since, well, ever, honestly. But here's where it gets spicy. Because while the Caitlin Clark hype train is barreling full speed down the tracks, something huge just happened behind the scenes that nobody was expecting. Something that shifts the entire narrative of this upcoming game. And I'm talking about the sudden, silent, shocking absence of head coach Stephanie White, who has stepped away from the team to deal with a personal matter. And boom, just like that, the Fever are without their leader, their anchor, their in-game chess master, and it changes everything. And I mean everything because now the question becomes, how does this young, rising, emotionally charged Indiana team respond to losing their captain in the middle of battle? How do they hold the line when the blueprint suddenly goes missing? And let me tell you right now, this isn't just bad timing, it's the worst timing imaginable. Because White's not missing a cupcake home game or a soft matchup. No, she's missing the road trip from hell. A 5-game gauntlet that kicks off with the Aces, followed by Seattle, Los Angeles, Dallas, and then home again. And I'm sorry, but that's not a road trip. That's a test of survival. And now, Austin Kelly, the assistant coach, gets tossed into the spotlight to run the whole operation. And listen, I like Kelly, seems like a solid guy, been with White since their Vanderbilt days, coached with her in Connecticut. So yeah, there's trust, there's chemistry, I get that. But now he's not just whispering in her ear with ideas. He is the voice, the leader, the one making the snap decisions, burning timeouts, drawing up ATOs, managing rotations when Clark needs a breather or when the defense throws a new wrinkle at her. And let me tell you, all that sounds easy in a press conference. But when the scoreboard's tight and Agile Wilson is coming at you full speed and the crowd in Vegas is roaring, it hits different, it gets real, and you can't fake that kind of poise. And Kelly said all the right things. He said, nothing's changed, and we're still an extension of each other. And the vibes are good. And you know what? Maybe they are, but that clock doesn't care. That crowd doesn't care. And the Aces, they really don't care because they're smelling blood. They're circling like sharks. And what they see is a vulnerable team with a rookie head coach and a rookie star. And this is the part that gets my adrenaline pumping because Vegas lives for these moments. They feed on them. They're not just good. They're mean good, championship good, experienced, methodical, ruthless. And when they know their opponent is shaken, they go for the throat. And let's be honest, the Fever are shaken because now Caitlin Clark, for all her brilliance, is going to have to do even more than she's already doing. Which is insane because she's already doing everything. Scoring, passing, leading, navigating physical defense, reading doubles, carrying a franchise, growing the sport. But now she's also the emotional center, the leader in the huddle, the one calming her teammates, the one staying composed when it all goes sideways. And that's a lot for anyone, let alone someone who was playing college ball at Iowa less than a year ago. But that's what makes this so fascinating, so irresistible to watch, because Caitlin Clark doesn't run from moments like this. She runs toward them, and that's why fans love her, why arenas chant her name, because she's not backing down, she's not flinching. But even superheroes need backup, and that's where this game will be won or lost, because the Aces know they probably can't stop Caitlin outright. But if they can cut off her support, if they can turn her into a one-woman show, if they can erase her passing lanes and make her grind out every single point, then maybe, just maybe, they can slow the storm. And don't think for a second they haven't studied that exact blueprint, because that's the new cheat code everyone's whispering about, thanks to Dawn Staley. Yes, that Dawn Staley, who recently dropped some truth bombs on Kylie Kelsey's podcast about how the real danger with Clark isn't even the deep threes. It's her ability to elevate everyone else, to make them dangerous, to weaponize her teammates. And if you can take that away, you make her human again. And that's exactly what Vegas will try to do. They're going to rotate like mad, pressure the wings, close off the corners, dare Clark to be a hero with no sidekicks. And if Indiana's other players don't show up, if they hesitate, if they miss shots, if they lose confidence, then the Fever fall apart fast. And it's not because Caitlin played badly, it's because they didn't rise with her. And that's the scary part, because this team was just starting to click, just starting to believe, and now it's a juggling act. Balancing minutes, recovery, emotions, game plans. Without their general, and yeah, it's going to get bumpy, it's going to get loud, but you know what? That's why we love this league, because it's not just about highlights and headlines. It's about resilience, character, drama, and heart. And this Sunday, all of that is going to be on full display, and I'm telling you now, this is must-watch basketball. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real, it's raw, it's unpredictable. And maybe Caitlin Clark drops 30 and stuns the Aces, or maybe she struggles. And we see a different kind of leadership, the kind that shows up even in defeat. But either way, we're going to learn something new about her, about this team, about what happens when pressure meets potential, and coaching chaos meets destiny. So don't blink, don't scroll, don't sleep on this game. Because this Sunday, in the middle of the madness, when the bright lights of Vegas hit the floor, we're not just going to witness a game. We're going to witness something unforgettable. And you better believe I'll be watching every single second.